Hello everyone and welcome back to Faithful to the Traitors. What is wrong?
Well, I don't know. Well, I'm hoping that you cut right at the beginning before you started recording.
No, I keep all those in.
Lovely.
People like them.
No, they don't. We've had people moan about our wet lips. Oh, our lips are wet.
Listen, I can't help if I have a wet mouth at the beginning of an episode because I've just brushed my teeth.
Oh, that's not something you should boast about. Because Ben doesn't brush his teeth during the day, everyone.
No, I do. This is an extra brush.
Halitosis house, we call this place.
Before we record.
An extra brush.
An extra brush.
An extra brush
an extra
of the hair.
Scrub. I go in the shower with Matty.
Ben makes an effort.
Matty's told me how to.
Ben goes upside down in the shower, washes his pink spot, and then comes on camera with his wet mouth.
Comes where?
On camera.
Hello, welcome to Faithful to the Traitors, where we are here to discuss the Traitors UK. Series 4, Episode 10.
Yeah.
My name is Ben, the one with the wet mouth. Oh, you had a wet lip then. Hello,
everyone. My name is Alex, and we're going to get this underway straight away because we've had lots and lots of you. Well, we have to because we had lots and lots of you getting in touch with us on Buy Me a Coffee. So thank you for all your comments. We'll get to those in a moment. But as you know, you can get in touch with us on our Linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2 on there. It's got all the links to our social media, but also ways you can watch or listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, or any of your favourite podcast apps. If you are watching us on Spotify and YouTube, please don't forget to comment underneath, ring the bell, follow us, and give us a thumbs up. If you're listening to us, also please don't forget to subscribe. And of course, if you want to help us monetarily, you can buy us a coffee by going to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, just like
Simon has bought us a gold coin, and they have said, hosting a Traitors watch along next week with a bunch of colleagues, brackets, when you just can't wait for the water cooler the next day. Wanting to spend extra time with your work colleagues? No, thank you.
I'd rather not. Thank you very much.
How would you theme the food and drinks for your own?
Well, you'd have to make cookies, wouldn't you? Have to be a cookie, a traitor-shaped cookie.
A bowl of crisps like Faraz had today.
Yeah, bowl of crisps. If you're going to theme it to what's happened in the episode, a bowl of crisps for Faraz.
Also,
lasagna, but with only corner bits because they're the best bits because they got the crispiness.
That lasagna chat is what made me know that Roxy is a really good person, by the way. You can just tell that she's a nice person.
What, because she likes the corner pieces?
No, just because she was asking people, like, how's the lasagna? And it's like...
Well, like, maybe she cooked it. And everyone's like, you're a traitor!
I think rather than food, the drinks have to be in a chalice. One of them has to be poisoned and one of the colleagues is going to be killed.
Oh, yeah, you could play the poison chalice game. Why not?
Knives and forks with the posh cutlery with daggers.
Yeah,
and people dagger. Need to dress up.
Yes, so. as people from the Traitors. Who from this series would you go as? I'd go as Harriet.
Harriet? Yeah. Barrister Wiggum and a hammer.
And I'd have a cat and a pigeon in my hand.
I'd go as Stephen in his jumpsuit.
Yeah, his Challenge Annika jumpsuit.
I'd go as Stephen from the Traitors Series 4, Episode 7 outfit.
I think it was Series 8.
Oddly specific.
But wrong. But yeah, we carry on. We move. Cookie_twist. Thank you. You have bought us a coin, but unfortunately you didn't attach a message to it. But if you get in touch with us, then we'll read it out for you. Don't you worry.
Beth says, love what you do and your hot takes. Thanks.
Not my hot bod, though, sadly. Bobby has said, I may be biased toward my Irish queen, Rachel, but can you name a more loyal duo to the Traitors' history than the Celtic Alliance? I like that, the Celtic Alliance. Mm-hmm. I'm not normally Team Traitors, but Rachel deserves to win, and I need to see what Korean-inspired outfit Stephen's saving for the final. I mean, aren't we all?
Oh, yeah, he's going to have a big one.
We had a little discussion and an outfit. And we were discussing about his wearing the handbag outfit, the Korean wore in the Canadian series.
Try and outdo her.
We covered the Canadian series. Go back to it. Thanks for the show. I've listened since Traitors Island. We've done that as well. And if you're watching that now on iPlayer, you can listen back to that on our stream, Linktree. And I'm obsessed. I used to ride a bike to work, but I'm currently unemployed. I wish I was unemployed. Thank you, Bobby.
Elizabeth's comment kind of links in with that, with the Traitors being faithful to each other. Faithful to Traitors.
Traitors to the faithful.
You're welcome. Elizabeth says, I was thinking between the US and the UK Traitors both having such good working relationships compared to most other seasons is the key, actually, the secret traitor, because that's been on the US series, this one as well.
Spoilers.
In both cases, the traitors started with a common enemy of the secret traitor, and I'm wondering if that has made them bond quicker and less likely to turn on each other. Yes, I think that is
I
what
think it has
happened.
too, because they kind of saw the secret traitor as an
there's someone
outsider.
worse than us.
So there was like another level. It was like we said, it was like the traitors were the first 3 episodes were like the middle management, and like the big boss, the Jeff Bezos of the castle, was
the secret traitor.
So it kind of bonded
I think
Rachel
that's
and Stephen.
probably what has done
The Celtic Alliance.
done this. But I'm the same. I feel like normally we're very pro faithful.
Yes.
This series, I think it's because there's been no recruitments, and Hugo went so fast, and then Fiona went like quite quickly soon after, and it's like, because they're the 2 traitors, Rachel and Stephen, it's like they are, I don't like to say this because it's not fair on the rest of the cast, but they're the main characters.
They are.
And like, because they've been traitors from day one and they're still traitors now, and there's been no new traitors.
You're right.
As much as Matty's tried to wingle in. I
love Matty, by
It's
the way.
like, well, it just feels like they're the main characters of the season. You shouldn't have that, I know, but they are. And like, they're the ones that I'm like, they deserve to win because they've done all this work.
I agree, but I do think I have to add as a side note that I think that Faraz has slowly become like the extra of the TV series that gets a spin-off in the next step, the next
the
series.
Joey.
Yeah, he's the Joey Tribbiani. Yeah. He goes off to Los Angeles. Yeah. So one final gold coin, coffee, whatever for us is from Traitolytics, who are on X. Search them, Traitolytics. They said, "Hey gents, love the show. Thanks for the hard work. In between riding my bike to work," it's a running joke, by the way, anyone who's new to listening to this, "I've been writing pop punk bangers about each episode. Yes, this is a pay to say, winky face. I'm glad you. I don't
There's one
mind
every
if they admit it.
series.
Absolutely.
There's one every series.
I think your listeners will love them. They're available on Spotify, Apple Music, etc. at Traitolytics. The link, he hasn't said this, but the link will be on our show notes. So if you want to find it, go to our show notes and you'll see it. It's a Spotify playlist, and it's got tracks about the mystery of the secret traitor, the family tree, Rachel versus Fiona, and much, much more. There you go. So go look that out.
There you go. Simon, was it Simon? He can play that at his themed party.
There you go, Simon. You've got yourself a playlist. Go to Traitolytics on Spotify.
You can be wild. So we've got
Wild
to
in
talk about the episode. No murder.
No.
So that was lovely for
no
everyone.
Recruitment.
But there was a dagger.
There was a double dagger.
And it was hanging around James's neck.
Sword
bless him.
sword of Democles was hanging over James's head.
Poor James. I mean, he's not the best when the spotlight's on him anyway, because he has to fill every second of empty
True
noise with a soundbite.
He doesn't like quiet, does he? Very much.
Did bit wrong there. Whoops.
Yeah.
Knife in my back. Who did it?
Making silly faces. It must be Matthew.
I got 2 votes. Don't forget. Pointing at you, Matthew. Is that a sign?
Is it a sign from the producers telling me to vote for you?
He just can't let natural. He doesn't like silence.
I have to say, though,
James.
to James' defence, is that he saw that this was going to be an opportunity where he's going to get a lot of screen time, and he did run with it. And I feel like he did the same as what Matthew had done when he was basically lining himself up. 4 episodes. Over 4 episodes, Matthew was waiting to become a traitor and didn't get...
me.
Please say that again.
You can seduce me.
Oh, Matthew, what'd I do? Then Matthew...
Those gruff tones.
His gruff tones. He's only down the road. We should go visit.
I know, and he's invited everyone who's watching.
He's invited everyone. Well, he's not invited us.
Cast and crew.
You can't just turn up.
I call myself cast and crew, so I'm invited to his place in Edinburgh.
Little did everyone know that Ben would appear on tonight's episode as the man who removes a chair from a carousel.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, Ben was there in his
I'm
blue
good with
overalls.
my bolts.
You can quickly remove a chair. Really quickly. It's because of your wrist. It's very, very well practiced. So, yes, Matthew has been taking a lot of the limelight off Rachel and Stephen as traitors, as we've named him the Honorary Traitor, because in his mind, he's been a traitor now for 4 days. Never quite made it, though, to management.
He got the banishment, just didn't get the cloak.
Yeah.
So,
Bless him. But then Matthew was so desperate to try to find another. It's like his little game. It was like he's playing his own little game inside a game. Like he was so desperate to find another traitor and he couldn't find one. But James was given the responsibility, basically, in his mind anyway, to find a traitor hunt.
Yes.
So he was desperately trying to get everyone on board. He said, look, I've been given this power. I've been given this. And Matthew's given it to me because he's a traitor and he's trying to double bluff his way, and he's doing it because he knows I'd vote for him, but he thinks I won't vote for him because it's a bluff and bar. And it's like, oh, James, you are so desperate. And it made him look bad, really bad.
But at the same time, I kind of know where he's coming from. But the faithful seem to fall for this a lot because they did the same last episode with Jesse. Like, they'll do the obvious choice, or it's too obvious. Stephen wouldn't do that. And they did it again with, I mean, these two traitors. Like, I didn't even think of James as an option for the dagger. And it's like, when they decided it was like, yeah, of course you're going to pick James. It makes so much sense.
Because he's so unpredictable.
Yeah, it's so clever. Like, they really are good traitors, these two.
They played an excellent game.
And it's just like, of course you picked James. And of course he did this. And of course Matthew was going to quickly turn around and say it's too obvious. And it's just like, yes, everything works.
That didn't help Matthew either, because the first thing Matthew did at the breakfast table, as soon as it was revealed that James had the dagger, was Matthew suddenly jumped up and said, oh, well, then, you know, if you're thinking I gave it to him, I definitely wasn't. And everyone was like, well, okay, side eye. Let's try this then, shall we? He did convince people, though, to be fair. Jack kind of pulled away from thinking about it because of James's behaviour. Roxy thought James's behaviour was very pushy.
Roxy's having a breakdown.
And Roxy's really having trouble here because she's put so much trust into Stephen and Rachel, and now fingers are getting pointed at them, and she doesn't know which way to look. She's getting really confused. And this is the
point of the game as well, where the emotions are like the friendships and the bonds, they're like kind of like real now, and because there's so little of them, like she is really battling with her conscious of would Stephen do this? Would Rachel do this? I hope they wouldn't. Let me just ask them to their face.
Well, she did it with Stephen, didn't she, on the last episode? And that's what swayed her. And she said at the round table, like, I totally believe you're okay now, Stephen. I think you're faithful. And then she went, she did that as well. You say it into her face. She went right into Rachel's face. She leant right into Rachel's face. Like, right, Rachel, I want to know. And please tell me you are, because which is going to be like, well, what response are you going to get now?
We're so good friends.
I love you so much. Are you? But what confuses me is like these faithful. It's like this game sent people so doolally. Like they believe that like if they go up to someone and just say outright like, "Are you? Can I trust you? Are you a faithful?" Like the traitors, of course, are going to say yes. I don't know what
Roxy
sign they're trying to find.
even said that, didn't she? She said, "I know that they were going to say yes." Of course, she did. I just wanted some reassurance,
clarification
from somewhere.
But what kind of clarification? Like other than it's like when you
not
do something...
wanting to feel like a fool and wanting to, because she's so impassioned, and she's a faithful. She's like, well, surely if I ask someone who's just as impassioned as me, they wouldn't be able to lie. In the back of her head, she's thinking that, I guess. I don't know.
It felt for me like it's when you do something wrong and you know you've done something wrong, but you want someone to tell you you've not done something wrong. Do you know what I mean? It's like when you've done something stupid and then you go and you turn to someone and say like, "Oh, was that silly what I just did then?" And because they're your friend, they kind of go, "Nah, you're all right. Don't worry about it. It's fine." It's kind of like that reassurance that Roxy's desperately trying to get.
Roxy knows.
I think Roxy does know, and that's what's really tearing her, and that's what's really like she's tearing herself apart, Lisa. She's desperately trying to like convince herself that it cannot be Rachel and Stephen.
I'm not that stupid.
And the problem is that Rachel and Stephen are toying with Roxy, because on more than one occasion now they've said that like we need to take Roxy to the final with us because we know that Roxy will trust us to take us,
because she's a good person and she's loyal to them both, and it's just like it must be hard for Rachel and Stephen as well, because
don't feel sorry for them. They love it. They are loving it.
It must be hard because they're such nice people as well, and it's just like, it must be hard. It must be.
I mean, it's tough when you're a traitor, and this is why I kind of said like I'd rather go out as an honest faithful, to be honest with you. And I've said on numerous occasions as well, if an opportunity came that I played the game, and they tried to seduce me, I would always say no, because if I start as a faithful, I'd want to end as a faithful, and I know it's dangerous, but I just always feel like that's how you should play the game.
You can seduce me.
But although if I was given that opportunity as well, I probably would have played that game.
If you heard that through the window, what would you do then?
But that would if we're gonna pull ourselves back to episode 3, everyone, when Matthew said, "Will you seduce me?" and
was it episode 3 or whatever?
It was episode 3. It was because that's when Harriet did on episode 4. The cat's amongst the pigeons, Roxy. He played such a. Oh no, was it episode 3? No,
it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Maybe it was 6. But anyway, in the past, yes, a few, 1 or 2 out. But in the past, like Matthew was so desperate to come and be a traitor that it kind of was his undoing, because then Rachel and Stephen saw him as being dangerous. He was so forceful. And I think that brought Matthew out of his shell as well, because up until that point, Matthew was a bit quiet, a bit Faraz-like, and he didn't really kind of throw his opinions or thoughts into the game. And I know when numbers are less, more people start to speak out, but for me, I think Matthew, as soon as he got the taste of almost being a traitor, it was his downfall, because then he became more cocky and arrogant and confident.
Because they didn't do
table.
what he said wanted. He went after them a bit harder. So, I mean, we did lose Matthew. So after this quick advert, we will do a...
What's your name and where do you come from?
So I'll see you in a second. Right, so... Are you ready to learn a bit more about our seductive little boy?
Go on then.
What's your name and where do you come from?
Matthew.
No, I think we already know a lot about him because he's been in all the articles and papers and we've talked about him so much. But
we know he was a creative director, and we know he has a TikTok where he dressed up as Ned Flanders.
And does handstands naked.
And does upside down
upstairs.
handstands, and he likes to... and he's scared of showers. We established
I saw
that
his
from the show.
handstand Instagram. It came up on my algorithm for some reason. And I don't know why.
Do you think he rides a bike to work?
No.
That's right, I'm bringing it back.
He likes walking.
He did. He wanted to walk back from the challenge.
I wish I could walk with Jack.
I want to walk. I wish I could have a hike right now.
Nice romantic hike.
I don't blame him. It would have cleared his mind, probably.
His handstands are weird because they're not handstands. He's just on his head. And there's ones of him on hard rocks, and that worries me.
It looks really painful. Like
flat
really
head.
uncomfortable. Flat head. He does have quite a square head, and that's meant as a compliment. I just want to make that known.
It is. We love you. Right. So Matthew is a 35-year-old creative director living in Edinburgh, just down the road from us, and is admittedly rather competitive.
Well, we saw that. For once, finally, these fact files are actually true. Every time we read these fact files out about these contestants, they say, oh, we're going to do this, this, and this. And I say, well, I didn't see any of that in the show.
Harriet.
No, 100%. Matthew was very competitive, and he was fun to watch, and he was great. He would have been a good traitor, I think. But I think he would have caused absolute chaos in that turret.
The world couldn't have handled him in a cape.
Well,
He'd be like the new Alan Carr, wouldn't he? He is headed into the game to win and is keen to be a traitor, as he thinks that he can stay true to his own values while still playing the game. Quote from Matthew. I'm a good person, and in normal life, if I saw someone in trouble on the streets, I would be the first person that would step in to help them. Oh, what a lovely guy. However, this is a game, and I'm very capable of compartmentalizing.
Hey,
so
everyone.
if I must get rid of someone because that's what the game's saying, I won't think twice about it. I'll just do it. And we saw that when he said, kill Jesse, the wonderful, wonderful Jesse.
I was about to say that. He did into convincing the traitors. I'm sorry to quickly go back to Jesse's murder, but like,
it's okay. Still not over it.
I'm clearly not. Do you think the traitors, Stephen and Rachel, considered Matthew still at that point? And it wasn't until the double dagger.
They wanted to keep him at bay. Let's keep him happy.
That's right. They wanted
to
keep him quiet, didn't they? Because they said if they didn't kill Jesse, that he's a very dangerous, because he could then tell people what he had said at the
and look what's happened. He's gone.
He did. I thought when he was leaving after the round table, I genuinely 100% thought that he would mention that he had asked to be a traitor.
Yeah, I thought he was going to say, oh, and by the way, when I spoke to the traitors, I lied about what I said. I asked to be one, but I'm a faithful. And then turned around, walked off. That would have been much better. Much more dramatic.
It would have been dramatic. And also, I think that would have scared Rachel and Stephen a little bit, because it would have meant that
would have been the faithful would then think about it again, because they've not really gone back to think about that challenge. Like the Harriet thing exploded the next day and went a bit wild. Then no one ever mentioned Harriet's name again.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
They're afraid to mention her name in case she appears in a window.
She's like Beetlejuice. Say her name 3 times when she appears.
And
with a fucking
Matthew was like, "Oh, I'm not telling anyone." So they never really got an answer from him from that. And Rachel's questions were a bit flaky and odd. So he could have sparked that again for the faithful to maybe re-evaluate.
I think the faithful was silly not to ask and push him a little bit more. I mean, I know that Roxy kind of brought him and made it a point when they were banishing going for Harriet at the round table, that Roxy made a point of it, saying that, you were very open and honest, and actually maybe that was to your detriment, and maybe you should have kept some things to yourself, some secrets to yourself. Matthew has, so it makes us trust him more. But I think that they had such an opportunity, and especially where this group of faithful, and I said this to you when we were watching tonight, this group of faithful are the most open group of faithful I've ever seen on the UK series of Traitors. Like, they have quite open conversations with each other outside of the Roundtable, and they're very honest with one another.
Yeah, I suspect you. This is why. Oh, okay, that's fine. You have to suspect me. Thanks.
Yeah, and they're very,
how's the lasagna?
Yes. Is it crispy enough for you?
Do you like the middle bits or the corner bits? Everyone, let's all stay nice and friends. Lovely Roxy.
I think everyone just took an outside bit, and there was just like 3 little middle bits.
Roxy had the middle bit. She was like, does everyone like the corner bits? Bless her. They're very, they're open and honest, and they're all trying to look. I mean, that's the best way to look faithful, is to openly say, I think this, I think that, I think you're a traitor. Because if you put some names out there, you're not going to get murdered. Even if you're wrong, the traitors keep you in because they're like, oh, they can use you. Also, it helps Faraz tonight, because I think Faraz saying to Rachel after the Roundtable and to everyone, I believe that you're a traitor, and good reasons as well. Like, he came out with the whole, Fiona, the conversation. Fiona never has didn't have any secret conversations with anyone, or, like, secret conversations or one-to-one conversations with anyone. She had one with you. And that felt like it was 2 traitors talking to each other, and something upset you, what Fiona did, and it was traitor on traitor. And Rachel quickly went back to her original excuse of... She came to me. So that was her trying to attack me as a traitor. But Faraz, he had the receipts. I mean, Faraz woke up this episode.
He did. He said he was going to sit back, but he didn't. He rocked straight back forward again. And that helped. I think that's helped Faraz a little bit with the circumstances of the murder tonight. Because technically, to kill Faraz is a huge target on Rachel's back.
Is it though?
And this is it, because they've done the bluff, double bluff. Is it a double bluff? Is it a double bluff 2 or 3 times?
Do that 3 times, you'd be like, well, it definitely can't be. That definitely is too obvious now.
Well, that's true, because twice now they've fallen for the double bluff. So would they go for it again if Faraz is the one that they've taken out?
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, Faraz, a bit of a dark horse. We think he's just been sitting back and not really participating much, but it seems like he's been playing that game of keep a traitor close to you so you don't get murdered, but he's purposely not brought it up, and he's just been this very chilled guy. And then, because this episode he said, I think it's Rachel, I know that she's close with me, and the way that he was saying it, it's like he's thought this for a while, he's just not voiced it even to the producers. So Faraz, I have not been watching you for 8 episodes.
Very, very secretive.
All of a sudden, he's Mr. Faithful.
Well, secret traitor hunter. There he is. I mean, it surprised me also when they got to the turret that they've now had receded. The traitors, have had the power of persuasion receded from them. They cannot now seduce. Thank you. They cannot now seduce another player. That's it. That's they've run out of time. That's gone from their arsenal. Hello, Matthew. Poor Matthew. But yes, but
he's waiting to be seduced.
So now they can only murder. So I was really surprised by that, because this would have been a perfect opportunity for seduce. Because let's think about it, James has got so much going on him now that to go for James would have been getting rid of a traitor.
Even if he said no,
James wouldn't have shut up about it at the round table.
So it would have been enough to make people suspect him.
Yeah,
And
they're so desperate to find a traitor now. Like, they're at the point now. They haven't
had one for ages,
There's only 2 more round tables now. There's tomorrow's and then the final.
And the final you don't get to find out either.
Exactly. And they're going to be desperate. They are going to be desperate for blood. And that means that Faraz is going to be targeting Rachel hard, because he is desperately targeting Rachel now. And I don't know. I think they have no alternative. They have to get rid of Faraz, and Rachel just has to keep fighting.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably risk it if I was Rachel. I'd be like, Stephen risked it with Jesse. It went okay.
That's true. It went okay.
And again, that's so obvious it wouldn't be the case. And they've had that twice and been wrong. And they're probably thinking, oh, the traitors are really messing with us. They must be trying to pin it. So I think she'd be able to get away with it. But it is risky. And then, like you say, there's only one more banishment where they say whether they're traitor or faithful. And if they get into the final episode and that when they banish someone, they're not going to know, that's going to make the faithfuls even more paranoid. Like they're not going to be able to trust anyone unless it's like the you're 100% faithful thing. Like, because Rachel's name has been put out once or twice, Stephen's name has been put out once or twice. If they don't know who's around that fire pit and they haven't got rid of any traitors since Fiona, they're not going to take anyone to the final unless they are 100%. So you're going to be seeing faithfuls taking out people who are fake, like Jade.
Yeah.
I think Jade, sadly, doesn't have a chance of winning, because even if it's Faraz, Jack and Jade at the final 3, they will still think you could be a traitor, Jade.
Oh no, 100%. They'll get rid of Jade
because they haven't had any confirmation in 7 episodes.
Yeah, the very first fire pit, they are going to get rid of Jade. They are going to get rid of Jade immediately.
But the same with Rachel, because of Faraz. I think it's
Faraz.
I think because he's mentioned Rachel. I think because they're going to be so paranoid of not having any confirmation unless they get a traitor out on tomorrow's episode. They're going to be so paranoid that they're just going to only go down to 2 people.
If they're going to try to go for Rachel, though, I mean, if Faraz goes, it does look bad for Rachel. But I think that the problem is that the group is so hung up on James now. I just don't think they are going to get a traitor at the next roundtable. And I think they will. Do you reckon?
I
mean, Rachel has... Look, at the turret, Rachel said to Stephen, if I hear your name, I'm not going to dissuade people, and I may say your name too. And that's suddenly
think I'll vote for you.
Yes, but that has brought Stephen to attention a little bit. And now Stephen's like, oh, hang on. Why is Rachel now dropping this in? Yeah, and it's always at this point as well. Now, this bond, this alliance, this, Celtic promise that they have between them, they're now getting to the point where this game could be won all or nothing between them two. Like, the faithful don't have that luxury, but Rachel and Stephen do.
I think Rachel was saying that, and I think actually she said it not very well. I think what she was saying was what she's been doing this whole time, whereas if someone says Stephen, she's not going to stand there and say it's not Stephen, because that's too dangerous. But I don't think she said it.
But she made out as if as if she was going to bring up his name. Do you know? She kind of said, like, if someone says that I said your name, then I probably did, but it was for the gameplay to keep us in.
I won't vote you. Yeah,
and then that sounded like to Stephen and to me as well. It sounded that Rachel has
already done it. Done it tonight,
and has a plan to kind of like continue saying like, oh, what about Stephen? Have you thought about Stephen?
It's a shame she said. I'm not quite sure. I think she was trying to reassure him, but like, she didn't do it well.
Failing, yeah.
And like, I don't know. I mean, if they stuck together though, and they kept if they could convince Roxy that they've got 3 votes, they could take people out.
But this is it though. Roxy's very, very difficult because she's a bit of a loose cannon
as well. Here. Like, I know she's very, you're my best friends, but she is questioning them openly. She is being pulled with her emotions. I think it could only say some things from Faraz or some things from Jack, and she could think what if, and then get rid of at least Rachel, if not Stephen.
I have to say though, Jade, I don't think Jade's alone here, because I think Jade has a good friendship with Roxy as well. Roxy and Jade do tend to support each other, and I mean, Roxy has on a couple of occasions, please correct me if my memory's wrong, comment underneath the video, that she stood up for Jade, and it makes me think that like Jade and Roxy, and they seem to stay quite close to Stephen and Rachel too. So I feel like the fire pit will be Jade, Roxy, Rachel and Stephen.
I mean, if the thing is, if they get rid of James on the next episode and James says, I'm faithful, then they're going to be so paranoid but thinking there could be 2 or 3 traitors that they're not going to be able to trust Jade. I think the only way who are trustworthy would be Faraz.
Faraz won't. Look,
but Faraz will be murdered.
Faraz is like... once Faraz has got an idea in his head, he cannot let it go. Like, he has voted Jade endlessly. And he keeps saying, I cannot let it go. I cannot forget it. And now he's got Rachel in his sights. And he's like, he's gonna now go for Rachel. And it's going to be Rachel. He's going to endlessly go for Rachel. It all comes down to how Rachel and Stephen murdered on tonight's...
because Jack has the shield. And Jack could have been a good murderer.
Jack would have been the easiest murder. Let's be honest. If Jack hadn't had the shield, and can we talk about Jack getting the shield, please? Because on that game, why didn't they talk about who had the most amount of money in their hands? Because Jade had £2,000 in her hand. Jack had £250.
He wanted that shield. They were so disorientated. Yeah, they weren't. I mean, I bet because they do these same challenges in the US. I bet on the US one, everyone will be like, "Do not sit on a chair."
Yeah,
let me see your money. See how much money you have.
Although
first.
Michael Rappaport isn't on there, isn't in anymore. Well, sorry,
shut up. God's sake.
People won't get the link.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, you'll be fine. Don't you worry about
Yeah,
it.
I mean, it's not so money orientated, especially when the faithfuls are so all over the place. They want that shield. So yeah, he kind of jumped on and lost £2,000.
Well, 1,750 if we're going to be anal about it, right, Matty? So yeah, so I mean, that was such a waste of money.
I know.
Like £2,000. £2,000.
But he got a shield, so he's safe.
He did, but that's what we say. That was the
Also,
easiest
his
shield
wet hair,
to get.
the best he looked, Matt.
You kept
No,
saying
Jack.
that. You're obsessed with
I
Jack.
was like, gosh.
The hair out of his face.
He looks so
It's
different.
a whole new Jack.
Yeah. Who's Matthew? Who's Stephen?
Yeah, get out my life, Matthew and Stephen.
Jack's my number one.
I'm
yeah.
afraid Jack's engaged to be married.
Don't care.
Well, I'm afraid it's happening. But yeah, no,
You
it
can
all
seduce
comes.
me.
It all comes down to this murder, I'm afraid.
It does.
And I think if Faraz is gone, this is the Traitors' game to win. If Faraz stays in, this is Stephen's game to win.
But the thing is, they can't murder Roxy because she's their key to the fight. She's the one who's the sacrificial faithful, unfortunately, who's the most emotionally tied to them. Jade has so much heat on her, there's no point killing her. Jack has a shield. James has loads of heat on him now because of the whole Matthew thing.
Yeah.
But killing Faraz will be obvious because he said, if I die, it was Rachel. So it's none of these options apart from Jack are good.
But the
and
thing
Jack's
is,
the one for the shield. So
throughout the series, we've been talking about the Library 5, them in Cage 9, and these little groups who have heard tidbits of information, and that's kind of led them down the path of who they believe are traitors. 9 times out of 10 incorrectly, but they've used it quite a lot, especially Jesse. And again, we said earlier on this episode that Faraz was very clever for saying, I think it's you, Rachel. But actually, Faraz was a bit dumb for saying that, because what Faraz should have done is said it to Rachel privately and then maybe mentioned it to Roxy.
yeah, someone or Jack.
Or Jack, and
he has a
said, like,
shield.
I've just told Rachel, I think that she's a traitor.
But no one else.
So I think you need to keep an eye on me being dead tomorrow, if that makes sense. So, and then Jack could then bring that up at the breakfast stage. So actually, I credited Faraz for being very smart for telling everyone just before the midnight clock struck. But actually, I don't think Faraz was that smart. He should have kept it as a very small collective group.
I mean, I think it was smart, but what you just said is smarter. So
That's why I get the bigger bowl of crisps, and Faraz gets the small bowl of crisps.
bless him, his little crisps. So we'll find out for the semi-final tomorrow, isn't it? Only 2 left.
We will. It's a big semi tomorrow, so we'll be watching. So if you want to help, if you want to get in touch with us, you can go to our linktree, linktr.ee/faithful2, and on there you can find all the links to our social media, but also ways you can watch and listen to us on Spotify, YouTube, or any of your favourite podcast apps. Please don't forget to comment underneath the videos. If you are watching us in video form, if you're listening to us, don't forget to subscribe, follow us, ring the bell, do all the good stuff. Give us a 5-star review if you like the podcast. And another way you can help with the podcast is by going to buymeacoffee.com/faithful, and on there you can give us a £5 one-off or monthly donation, which helps run the show.
Lovely. So until next time, stay faithful. Goodbye.